Hi everyone, I'm Jenna with Brown Dog Craft Company. Today is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025, and I'm coming to you live from Hudson, Wisconsin. Today we're here for the Otterly Adorable or Otterly Amazing. I can never remember. I think the suite is Otterly Amazing and the Stampin' Die bundle is Otterly Adorable, but I could be wrong. But we're here for that class. So I am starting class a little bit early. Class was originally scheduled for 8:30, but I was ready and we're making 4 fun folds today. So I thought we could get started at 8 o'clock instead of 8:30. So if you can't watch till 8:30, that's totally fine. You can always catch the replay. But if you are watching live, say hello in the chat and let us know where you are watching from. Otherwise, if you're watching the replay, say hi in the comments. Class today is the class to go, the subscription class. So generally I teach class here on YouTube twice a month. I have a class to go and a subscription class to go. So the subscription class to go, it's $45. It comes in a nice zippered pouch. It comes with a quarter pack of DSP, ribbon. In this case, it's not ribbon. I always forget what it's called. Cording, I think. The Lost Lagoon soft cording. It's really pretty. And then this month comes with a full pack of the Riverside Pearls. So everything that's in this suite. All your pre-cut cardstock. We cut the DSP together in class and written instructions. So class today is $45 and you can purchase it online on my website. It's browndogcraftcompany.com and pay with a credit card. Otherwise, you can email me hello@browndogcraftcompany.com. And you can sign up for class that way by just sending me an email, and then we can pay with Venmo or Zelle or PayPal or all those other forms of payment, okay? So what we'll do is we'll flip the camera here. I will show you the cards we're making. They're really cute, and I have a little, I printed the written instructions because each one of these is a fun fold, and I wasn't going to remember what all the measurements of the DSP was if I didn't do that. So I'll flip the camera and then I have this other fun little thing that I'll show you. So let's get all of this. So in your package you'll have the Lost Lagoon soft cording and then a pack of these Riverside Pearls. They're really pretty. They have like a ivory or a white and then kind of a gray and then the Lost Lagoon. So really pretty. These are the cards we're making today. They're all fun folds. So here's one. This one opens like this. Okay, here's another. This one's like a faux step card. Okay, some notes on the back of that one. Milo's here. He's making a bed in his bed. All right, this one. What did I call this one? This one I called a hidden panel fun fold. Okay. That one's really pretty. And then this one is called an interlocking fun fold. Okay, so it goes like this. Okay, so in your packet, you'll have all of your pieces in a zippered pouch, and then you'll have all of your pieces like this that are organized like this, and you'll also have a white piece here on the top. Okay, so the white piece is what we're going to stamp our images on to die cut. So we can get our colors out. So we're going to need Memento. We are also, can you go upstairs, please? We're also going to need Versamark. Oh, okay, not today, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Next time?
You want to help?
Yeah.
You can help when I make a video, okay?
Okay.
All right, we have a helper. Do you want to say hi?
Hello.
You gotta come over here, they can't see you.
Okay.
All right, come right next to me, right?
Okay.
Right here, yeah, see? They can see you.
Hi.
Hi. All right, you can help me when I make a video next time, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, all right. These are the colors we're using today. Lost Lagoon, Pool Party, Pecan Pie, Garden Green, Balmy Blue. There may be another one that I had on the list here. Oh, I also have Basic Gray and Gray Granite. I think you could choose Basic Gray and Gray Granite if you wanted to do some of the sentiments stamped in that. So we'll look at those as we go along. Yeah. We're going to do some ink blending, so you'll want to get a blending brush. and your Versamark and your white embossing powder. Okay, so in the back of your packet, you will have your 1/4 pack of DSP. So you can pull that out here. And you'll have 2 of each sheet. So they're all in order. Okay, so we're going to use some of this. You'll have lots left over. You're going to have an absolute ton of the cording left over and an absolute ton of the pearls left over. But isn't this DSP just darling? It's so cute. I love it. Okay, so let's pull out the DSP that we need, and we'll put them together by card. So, okay, we're going to need, on one of the cards, back toward the back, we're going to need one of these, and we actually need the pattern that's on the back of it. So I think we just need 1 sheet of this for 1 card. So I'm going to set that over here. Our next card needs 2 sheets. Maybe it just needs 1, I can't remember. I think it needs 2. It's the pattern that has the fish on it. So it's actually, this is what it looks like on the front, but we're going to use this side. Hi Lisa, hi Karen, hi Sarah, welcome. We're going to use this side, so you'll need both of these. Okay, this is a really cute pattern too. Okay. The next one, if we have some left over of that one, we'll use that one. Otherwise, we can use this one. I think I'll use this one if I don't have, I think this one. Okay, so then set aside this one here. It has this on the back. We need both of those sheets. Okay. I'm going to put them like this because this is how we're going to use them. Okay. And then the last one uses oh no, that one uses this one. Sorry, backwards. These 2. I'll go through them again. Okay, these 2. And then the last one uses this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, so these are your extras. You have 4 extras. Okay. And we're going to put our DSP in this order. Okay, so we have, this is sheet number 1. This is sheet number 2. This is sheet number 3. This is the pool party one. There's a balmy blue one, but this is the pool party. This is sheet number 4. This is sheet number 5. You'll have 2 of these for sheet 6 and sheet 7. And then this will be sheet 8. Okay, so the rest you have extra. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. And now we are going to cut our DSP. So let's see, let's cut the DSP. Let's pull out these 2. Hi Nancy Sue, welcome to Alive. You made it at the start today. Okay. Now this DSP, oh, we have 3 sheets. We need these 3 sheets. Okay, this DSP goes on this card, okay? And this is the one, we're calling it a double diagonal fun fold, okay? So it's down here, and all of this is in your written instructions, okay? But I wanted to put it here. This is how we're gonna work on our card base when we get to it, okay? And it eventually opens up like this. So it uses a full sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and we'll cut our DSP to fit on the front of it. So what we'll do is you'll pull out your paper trimmer, and let me find the notes. This is what the PDF instructions look like. Mine are printed in black and white, but you can print yours in color. Okay, so let's see what size we have. So all of our DSP is going to measure 5 1/4 wide by 4 tall. Okay, so all 3 of these are going to be 5 1/4 wide by 3 tall. So, no, by 4 tall. So I'm going to cut them, I'm going to cut 2 sheets at a time. So make sure you have this in the correct orientation when you're cutting. Okay, so we've got, let me move my camera a second. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be 5 1/4 wide by 4 tall. Hoping my kid arrives tomorrow. Yeah, the mail's been taking a long time to get to you guys. I noticed lately. Okay, 5 1/4 by 4. I know a lot of you got the kit today in the mail. I've kind of been watching them to see. I'm going to set these aside. Okay. I've kind of been watching them to see. No, this one isn't directional, so we can put this one wherever. So 5 1/4 by 4. Most of the kits arrived today. Some of them are still on their way. It's funny, sometimes the kits that travel the farthest take the shortest amount of time to get to you guys, and the ones that travel the shortest time, or the shortest distance, get there in the longest time. So I don't know why that is, but that's how it is. Okay, this one is going to go on the back of our card right here. Okay, right there. So we just cut this piece. Okay, now we need to cut these pieces. So these ones, all we do is cut them diagonally, and they flip-flop and fit onto the card. Okay, so we take them and we're going to cut them diagonally. So for instance, we're going to cut this piece from here, from the top left corner to the bottom right corner. So I'm going to line up the top left corner right at the edge of my trimmer blade there, and then the bottom right corner right at the edge of my trimmer blade, and hold that in place and cut. Okay, now I have this piece that fits here, and when we open this up, this piece will fit here. Okay, so these 2 pieces and this one are done. Okay, now let's work on this piece. Okay, so now this piece, when we cut it in half, we're going to cut from the top right to the bottom left. So I'm going to put the top right in the line of the cutter and the bottom right, and cut that corner to corner. Now we have this piece that fits here, and this piece that will fit here. Okay, so those are the pieces to this card. I'm just gonna set them aside, and we'll go to the next. Okay, now let's cut the DSP. Hi, Deanna. Let's cut the DSP for this card because we have a little bit left over here on the piece we just cut, and we'll be able to cut this on here. So this already measures 5 1/4. We just cut it. We now want it to measure 1 inch, 1 inch tall. It's already 5 1/4, and we want it to be 1 inch. Okay. So this will be our 1 inch piece that goes here. We will need to cut the background piece and then this little front piece. So that's this one and this one. So that background piece is, pull out my measurements. It's going to be this one. No, this one, 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. So it's going to be 2 3/4 tall. So make sure your grass is going horizontal. We're going to cut it at 2 3/4 tall. Okay. So this is all extra. And then 5 1/4 wide. Okay, so now we have this front piece here, and then this is what's going to go in the back there. Okay, now all we need is our little front piece with the otters. Okay, and that measures 3 1/4 wide by 4 tall. So that will be, and you can kind of put this in here to try to decide where you want. You know, if I cut it here, this is what's going to be on my card. You know, this is what's going to show. So you can be strategic about what part you want to show. I actually think this guy is really cute. So I'm going to flip this over and cut it at 3 1/4 here because I want to see that cute little guy. So 3 1/4. So he's so cute. He looks like he ate too much and he's going to take a nap by 4. All right, so that's our front piece that goes here. So that's those 3 pieces of DSP. Okay, now let's pull out let's do this one. Okay, this is the one we're gonna try. We're gonna try to get. It uses both the front and the back, and we're gonna try to get it out of one. Okay, so let me see which one that is on here. So DSP panel 1, that's the larger one. It's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 tall. So I'm going to turn it so my paper is horizontal here, and we're going to cut it 3 3/4 tall. And this one is 2 3/4 wide. All right, so that will be DSP panel 1. But now we need another panel, but we're going to use the back side here. So we want this one, the pool party one on the back, to be 3 1/4. 3 1/4 tall, which this one isn't really directional. I guess it is a little. The waves go like this. So you want to turn it to the side so your waves are going up and down, and this is going to be our well, hold on, let's put our waves the correct way. So that will be 2 1/4 this way. With our waves the correct way, we'll cut at 2 1/4. And then 3 1/4 tall. Okay. So we just cut this DSP piece and this DSP piece. Okay. All right, that's that card. And then we have one left to cut for extra. And that's going to be these 2 panels. Now, these panels, we're going to cut 2 of them to be one size, and 2 to be another size, and 2 to be another size. So they're all going to be the same height. So they're all going to be 4 inches tall. So I'm going to cut both of these at 4 inches tall. Okay. All right, now we need 2 of them. So I'm going to keep mine together and cut them together. That way I'll get two pieces every time I cut. So we need 2 pieces that are 1 3/4. So I'm going to line this up at 1 3/4. Okay, so there are my 2 pieces at 1 3/4. Now we need 2 pieces at 1 1/2. my 2 pieces at 1.5. And then we need 2 pieces at 1. Alright, so these are all of our pieces. These are all extra. Okay. So these little 1-inch pieces actually go on the back. Okay. These larger pieces go here. Okay. And then these slightly smaller pieces are the ones that go here. Okay. And I'll show you all these measurements again once we make the cards. Okay. So, which one should we make first? I'm going to have to get a drink too. I forgot my water upstairs. All right, on the top of my stack, I have the pool party one. So let's work on the pool party one. Oh, you know what? Let's do our stamping and coloring first. Let's do all our stamping and coloring first. So this right here, you're going to have a sheet of white cardstock. This is a 1/4 sheet of white cardstock. This is your stamping guide. This is not stamped in Memento, but we will stamp in Memento. So this is how we're going to stamp on our sheet of white cardstock. Okay. So I'm going to take my Misty and I'm going to put my sheet of white cardstock in here. Oh, I haven't even showed you the stamp sets yet. This is the stamp set. Otterly amazing. It comes with a ton of dies. This die cuts like a wave in the water, and you can tuck one of the otters into the wave. So you could have like this little guy be tucked into the wave. It's really cute. Okay. I love the sentiments in this set, and I think this was released back in November. Okay, so I'm going to line these up the way I have them on the stamping guide, and we'll stamp them all. Okay, one of these down here. I think I'll wait to stamp the baby there. All right, I have to get a drink and let Milo out. He wants to go upstairs, so just 1 second. You want to go upstairs, Bubby? You can. Oh boy. All right, Milo's upstairs now. All right, I'm back. So, okay. All right, we're going to use our Memento for this. And ink everybody up over here. I know you can't see me, but I'm inking up with Memento. And I usually use my Misty when I'm stamping with Memento because I don't get a good impression the first time, usually. No matter how much ink I put on my Memento. And I've heard a lot of people say it's probably because of the pad, the type of pad. And they fill like a, I want to call it Whisper White. It's not called Whisper White, but the white pigment ink pad comes empty. And so I've heard a lot of people use a white ink pad, an empty white ink pad, to put their black in. Hi, Christina. Oh, good night. I hope you're going somewhere fun tomorrow. Okay, now we got to stamp this little guy again here. And this little guy again here. Okay, and then we got to fit the baby in. Cute little baby. Okay. I have a grip mat in here, and it does not work. No matter how much I wash it and scrub it and let it air dry, it is not sticky. I don't know what my problem is, but it does not stick. Does anyone else have that issue? Or is it just me? I've tried flipping it around, thinking maybe I have it upside down. like flipping it over, that doesn't work either. So I don't know. I don't know how to make it stamp better. Or I don't know how to make it hold on better. Okay, so I've got all of those stamped. And I can't pick it up. See, it sticks when I don't want it to stick, right? That's usually how things work. Okay. Now we will color in our cute little otters. Okay, now I already die cut mine out. You normally wouldn't have done that, but for the purpose of class, it takes a long time when I have to die cut, and you guys just have to sit there and listen to me die cut. So I stamped them right before I went live. These are the colors we're using. So we have Pecan Pie, Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Pebbled Path, Crumb Cake, Bronze and Ivory. Now these are bronze and ivory. Okay, they're just like a brown and a lighter. It's almost like crumb cake here. And then Deep SU 100 and Deep SU 200. And these are from the Skin Tone line. I don't know that they make these ones anymore. But it's like a reddish brown and like a, I don't know if that's gray brown, kind of. Okay, so those are the colors we're using. And we're gonna color all of our otters pretty much the same way. Okay, so I will set the finished otters here so you can see how I color them while we're coloring. Okay, so our little greenery is the only thing that's green. So we'll start with Old Olive, and this is the light color. And I'm gonna color these little, I don't know, I guess it's seaweed, right? Or maybe it's not seaweed. What would it be? I don't know. They're not underwater. They're like little reeds, maybe? Or maybe that's what the other ones are. So, if you want to get really fancy with these, they're really little, but you can use more than one color, or you can do what I do, which is just come back with the dark, the same Old Olive, but in dark. All right, sorry if my head gets in the way. These are little, and I've been awake a really long time today, and I didn't sleep very much last night, so my eyes are very tired, and I'm having a hard time focusing on these little guys here. These little spots to color in. So get all that in. Okay, now I'm just gonna come with the Old Olive dark and just do a little bit of definition from like the base here, just to give these leaves, whatever they are, weeds, a little bit of definition. Now if you don't want to color with markers, I like to color with the colored pencils, in particular our watercolor colored pencils. And I like coloring with the watercolor colored pencils because you can color messily, and as soon as you add a little bit of water or the blender pen to the cardstock, it makes it look like you colored beautifully, even though you were a little messy. So I should color more with the watercolor pencils. Okay, I'm going to take, oops, I used the wrong marker. I just used Old Olive Light and Mossy Meadow Light, which worked. I meant to use Old Olive Dark and Light. Okay, now I'm going to take Mossy Meadow Light and color these longer, skinnier grass pieces. Okay. And then I'll come in with Mossy Meadow Dark. So I heard a whole bunch of people got emailed, if you're a demonstrator, they got emailed for onstage if they were on the wait list. So I know there are some people who are getting off the wait list who wanted to go in March. I know there's still a lot of people on the wait list, but I'm hoping, I think in our group there were like 10 on the wait list. And a whole bunch of them got off. So that's good. Okay, let me see. Let's color. I think I have a note on how I colored them. Let me see if I can find a little note. No note, of course. All right, let's see. Let's do pecan pie, dark and light. So I'm going to start with pecan pie dark. And I'm going to go along the otter where I think he would be darkest. So kind of down his back here, around his tail a little. Right here, maybe. And then on his arm, maybe. Okay, and then I'm going to come with the light, and I'm going to try to avoid his little belly. I'm going to make him a little belly right here. And I'm going to try to avoid coloring on his little belly if I can. We're going to color that with some lighter markers. So I'm going to go over what I already colored and bring the color out. So go over what I colored and bring the color out. Go over what I colored, bring the color out. So by going over the spot that you already colored, it helps blend the seam, the line between the darker color and the lighter color. Okay. All right, now we need a little bit of darker on him. So I think I'm going to take Deep SU 100. Is that the one that I want? Yeah. We're going to add a thin line of dark up along the top here. And we're going to blend it out. Okay. I want a little more definition on these little guys. So some here, some here. Okay, so you see where I did those dark lines? Now I'll come back with pecan pie dark again and blend that out a little. And then finish, hi Cheryl. And then I'll finish with pecan pie light, and I'm going to flip to the brush and kind of brush this color out. Okay. Now we're going to color the other three otters in this little spot the same way. We'll do crumb cake for their cute little bellies. So I'll start with light crumb cake. And we'll just do a little bit of shadow with dark crumb cake. And then blend that out a little. Okay. All right, and we'll do the same with our other otters. So I'm going to color this little guy again. See where his face goes. Give her a little belly. Let's do this one too. This one's gonna get a little belly. And then this one's here, her cute little face. And then down here. Okay, and I think I'll start with the darkest color this time first. So let's start with our deep SU100. If you didn't have this deep color, we don't really have an early espresso, but you could use like Pebbled Path would be a good alternative to this color. You know, it's a little bit on the gray side, obviously, but it's a warm gray. So I think it would be okay. All right, then we'll go to dark pecan pie and blend that out a little. Oops, I colored into the little opening there. That's all right. All right, sorry, I'm concentrating on coloring. I don't want to mess up the coloring. Okay, and then we'll go to Pecan Pie Light, and that's where I think I'll use the brush tip to help give us a nice blend. Kind of bring that color out. Okay, and then we'll do that with our other two. Okay, all right, darker color. Okay. Well, the weather here is, let's see, I'll talk to you while I'm coloring. The weather here is unique. So what is it, January 28th. Normally, right about now, it's probably one of the coldest weeks of the year, normally. But it's not. It is, the wind was really cold today, but it was like 47 degrees. And I think tomorrow it's supposed to be like 40. And then the next day is supposed to be like 48 degrees on Thursday. So I don't know where I live right now and why it's warm. It wasn't really warm today, even though the temperature was warm. It was really windy. I took Milo for a walk and I was not anticipating it to be so cold, and I didn't wear what I normally would wear, like to keep me warm, because I thought it was going to be warm outside, and so it was chilly. The wind, which, I mean, I expect it to be chilly here in January. It should be like, I don't know, probably 15 degrees. That's probably average for here. So I think it's like 20 degrees over the average right now, which is crazy. Just crazy. And we have almost no snow. And I think the snow that we do have is going to melt. So, I don't know what to think. The last winter we got like no snow, which I've lived here my whole life, and that's the first time we've had no snow. So, that was weird. And now we have another weird, winter with barely any snow and not very cold, and I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. the kids are kind of sad because they don't get to go sledding. Which I think I'm with them. Like, I like doing winter things in winter. Like, we just sort of accept that we live here and know that we do winter things, right? When it's winter. Sledding, snowmobiling, ice skating. That's what we do here. I was watching someone from Texas and she was like, you guys like all ice skate up north? And it's like, well, normally, yes, we do. Oops, I forgot her little belly. Normally, yes, we do. Oh, and I gotta add the dark shading on those bellies on those other ones. Normally we do ice skate. And you can snowshoe and you can just do winter outdoor activities. Like we have like ice castles, like people carve things out of ice here and make the best of winter, really, is what it is. They make the best of winter. But that has not been happening lately. So I just don't know. It feels so strange. Not being able to do some of this winter stuff, but I think they said we're gonna have one more time that it gets really cold in February, which I mean it should. In February it gets pretty cold. Usually Valentine's Day it's really cold. Okay, so that's how we color both of these otters. Okay, so we'll set those aside. We have 4 more otters to color, but we color them pretty much the same. Okay, so let's look at these guys and this guy. Okay, so they're gonna get colored with 1 less color. We don't need the SU Deep 100 or 200. We're just gonna use Crumb Cake for their cute little belly and Pecan Pie. So I'm gonna start with Pecan Pie Light, actually. And I'm gonna make them have a little belly right here. So I'm just gonna bring that over. Okay, and then I'm gonna color them all the way with their light. So right here. Cute little arms. And then I'm gonna come in and add dark. So there's kind of 2 different ways to color when you're coloring with alcohol markers. You can first add your shadows with your dark marker and blend out with your light, or you can come color everything with your light and then come back in and add your dark and then blend out again with your light. You just want to be careful if you do it that way because you don't want to oversaturate your paper and it'll bleed outside of the lines. So if your paper gets too wet and it starts to bleed, just take a break and come back. Okay, so there's our light. We'll do that again on this one. You can hear Milo running around upstairs. Here he comes again. Hi, Milo. Oh, good boy. Hi. Oh, you're so hyper. Hi. Did you go outside? Good boy. Did you go outside and go potty? You're freezing. You're freezing, Milo. I can feel how cold you are. Yeah, good boy. What a good boy you are. You are a good boy. Oh, you lay down already? Did you put the kids to bed? As you can tell, I have kids who don't want to go to bed. They can't wait for summer. They like summer because generally I don't make them go to bed. We don't have bedtime until late. When I have class, I don't make them go to bed before. So, all right, I'm going to do a little bit of dark along the top. And some here. Around his little elbows. Some here on his leg. Some on this leg. And then I think down around his tail a little. Okay, same on this one. Across the top of his head. Down those cute little arms. This leg. Around his tail. And then blend out a little. Okay. Now I don't know if there are pecan pie, I don't think there are pecan pie watercolor pencils. I think the only brown was Early Espresso. So you might have to be creative when you're coloring with brown if you're using the colored pencils. Okay, so this is light crumb cake. We'll do their bellies. Such cute little bellies. And then dark crumb cake right under their chin. On their arms some. Okay. And then blend out just a little. Hi, Milo. Lay down, Bubby. Lay down, Bubby. Good boy. What do you have? Oh, you brought your blankie. You brought your blankie. You ready for a nap? Alright, those are those cute little otters. And now we're going to color this one the same, and then we're going to use a little bit darker for the little baby. Okay, so this one does, let's do light, and his little belly. Let me see how I did his little belly. So kind of like this, and like this, and kind of like this. So this is all pecan pie light. These cute little arms. Okay, and then up along his face. So cute. Okay, we'll add some dark in. Okay. And then blend that out a little with the light. And then light crumb cake for his belly. Add some shadows here. And blend out with some light. Okay, all right, now this sweet little baby, we're gonna make him pecan pie, but we're also gonna make him this SU200. So this is kind of like that little coppery color. And I'm just doing a little bit along the bottom there. And then we'll do Pecan Pie Dark from there. Making him a little bit darker because maybe the baby otters are darker than the adult otters, right? I don't know. Maybe their fur is a different color. Okay, and he needs a little crumb cake face too. All right, so he's just a little bit more, I wouldn't say red, but all right, the other thing I like to add is white highlights. So I've got a lot of questions about my white highlights. All I use is a Sakura, it's S-A-K-U-R-A, Jelly Roll pen. It's a white pen, and I like the number 10. It's the thickest, the thickest width. Sometimes I also use the same one in black glaze, and I use that for like eyes. So like if I feel like I colored too much over someone's eyes, I would go in and color on their eyes, but these guys all look good. So what I like to do is take my images and draw highlights. And when I do a highlight, I draw a straight line followed by 2 dots. Okay, that's it. That's all I do. Straight line, 2 dots. Straight line, 2 dots. I'm sure there is a place where you're supposed to put these. I don't know where that is, so I just pick wherever I feel like on the image. And just be careful, it does stay wet. I'm going to do this down their back. It does stay wet for a little bit, so if you put your hand in it, it'll smear. So do it probably after you die cut, or give yourself plenty of time for it to dry before you die cut. Okay, that's all the coloring. I know coloring sometimes takes a while, but that's all the coloring we have. Okay, so I'm going to move these to the side, and let's pull out the pool party card base we were just looking at. Okay, all right, so this one, trying to find the original card. Here it is. It's this one, and I'm calling it a hidden panel fun fold. So let me pull out the instructions here. It's right here. Hidden panel fun fold. Nope, that's not the one we're doing. Double diagonal fun fold. Here. There we go. Okay, so it's 2 pool party card bases that each measure 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, so it's a full sheet of cardstock. So they're each scored at 5.5 on the 11-inch side. And we're going to trim off a little bit of each one. So on one of them, we're going to cut from the bottom left corner to the top of the center score line. And on the other one, that's also scored at 5.5, we're going to cut from the bottom right corner to the top of the center score line. Okay? And then what we're going to do is glue these 2 pieces together. These are our 2 back pieces, and they're going to get glued together. Okay, so sorry, my marker was running out of ink. That's why it looks like that. All right, so let's get our card base organized. In here, you're going to have a little pecan pie log. You'll have a sentiment strip to stamp our sentiment on. This is a pretty peacock arch from the Everyday Arches. You have a white center, and then you have 2 pool party card bases that each measure 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. Okay, so what we're going to do is cut both of these according to my little diagram there. Okay, so on this one, we're going to be removing this section here. We're going to be cutting from cut from the bottom left corner to the top of the score line. So we are removing this section of the cardstock. So cut from the bottom left corner, that's here, to the score line, which is there. So I'm going to get that lined up. And cut. Okay. So we just removed this. This is extra. This is piece number 1. Okay. Now we're going to take piece number 2. Here's our other base. It's scored in the center. And we're going to cut from the bottom right corner to the top of the score line. So I'm going to line up the bottom right corner and the score line in my trimmer here. Okay, now we removed that. Okay. When we come back, we have our 2 card bases. They each look like this. Okay. And we're going to glue them together. When we glue them together, we get, kind of looks like an envelope, doesn't it? We get our double diagonal fun fold. Okay, so we can burnish all of our score lines here. Okay, and we can glue these 2 together. Okay, so I'm going to take some glue. Welcome, we have a new watcher today. Tell us where you're joining from. I'm sure everyone will welcome you. Oh, my glue is all gummed up. So I'm going to put some glue on the back here. And I'm going to line these up. Okay, so they'll align pretty evenly. Okay. All right. So once that's glued down, here are your flaps. Okay. So that's how we get this extra large flap. Oh, you're in Riverside, California. Welcome. Okay, let's find our DSP for this card. We cut it earlier. Here it is. Okay, so let's glue all of our DSP down. Okay, this large piece gets glued in the back. My chair is extra squeaky. I'm trying not to move, but you know how when you're trying not to do something, that's when you do it the most? Okay. So make sure your DSP isn't upside down. All right, and then we'll glue our inside pieces down. So this one is going to go here. Our rocks. Okay. And that will line up. And then we'll get one of the blue pool pieces here, or water pieces. Over here. Now when we close this, our pieces will be on the alternate, on the opposite sides. So we'll close this one, and this one will get the rocks. Take your time, line it up, and then this one will get the water. Okay. And then we'll do our stamping and a little bit of ink blending onto our piece, and we already did our coloring. So the cards will come together relatively quickly. So it takes a little bit of time when we do the prep first, when we do all that prep first. The prepping takes a while, but it does make the assembly go much quicker. All right, here's our inside. It is a little bit smaller, and our sentiment strip. Okay, so we're going to ink blend a little bit of Pool Party onto the bottom here. So here I have my teal blending brush that I use for teals, And I'm going to ink blend a little bit of Pool Party. This will look like water here. Just onto the bottom. I really need to re-ink my Pool Party, I think. Come on now. Did anyone watch Sarah Kit? I watched Sarah Douglas briefly. I saw on Facebook she did a kit together class. Was it the birthday kit she was doing? Are you okay, Milo? Okay, let me wipe that up some. I think she did the birthday kit. Okay, now we're going to stamp. From our stamp set, we're going to pull out these fishies and the seaweed and You're Otterly Amazing. So here we'll have You're Otterly Amazing and the fish and the seaweed. Okay, the seaweed is going to get stamped tone on tone in Pool Party here along the bottom. Stamp it a few times here. Okay. All right, I know that doesn't, it's hard to pick up that color. There you go, you can see it there. And then we'll do some fish up here, also in Pool Party. Some going this way, some coming this way. And then I think I'll stamp in Lost Lagoon. I'll stamp You're Otterly Amazing right in the center in Lost Lagoon. Okay, so that will be our inside. And you could either stamp this in Lost Lagoon or Pool Party. I think I'm going to do Pool Party. And we're going to do Love You Lots. It's a little sentiment in here. Love You Lots. And I'm going to stamp that right towards one of the edges, and we're just going to trim it out. Love You Lots. Okay. I'll take my scissors, my really squeaky chair. Just trim that right there. Okay. We can put everything on. Okay, this will go in the center here. It's a little bit smaller than a typical card insert. I wanted to be able to see more of the DSP in the background, so I made this white insert a little bit smaller. Okay, this piece is going to have our little branch, or not branch, our little log, and I'm not going to put too much glue on it because it has die cut marks in it. And the glue is just going to come seeping out. Okay. And we need one of these cute little critters. And we'll put dimensionals. I'm not going to put them too far towards the edge because they will hang off there. Okay. And they will sit on this little log here. Right about there. Yep. Now we're going to put our sentiment on, but first we're going to attach some ribbon or the twine behind it. May I ask, what size is the blue base? Came a little late. This here, yes. So it is, Norma, it's this one, okay? So it's 2 pool party card bases that each measure 4 1/4 by 11. So what I do is I take my 8 1/2 by 11 piece of cardstock and I score it at 5 1/2, and then I cut it in half this way at 4 1/4. So there's 2 of them. And then you trim these pieces off. If you watch the replay, you'll see it all. And then these 2 pieces are the back. You glue them together, and then that's how you get this fun fold. Okay. Let's add some of the cording behind here. I'm going to add a piece of tear and tape and take a piece of tear and tape and keep it here on my hand. No, I can't find my cording, so I have to open a new one. You're welcome. Okay. Come on now. And I'm going to kind of loop this behind it. So we're going to make what I call a faux bow. We're going to start here, make a loop, come back here, and as I'm looping it, I'm pushing it into the tear and tape. Get my ribbon scissors. Okay, so all I did was make a loop. You could tie a bow and stick it back here too, that would work. Okay, now I'm going to peel the back off my tear and tape because the back of tear and tape is, you can't put a dimensional on it. It won't stick. It's too slippery. This is going to go here. And then we can add this to the card. We're only going to add it, we only want glue here, or dimensionals. Did I use dimensionals? I think I did. We only want dimensionals here. We only want it to stick to this piece right here. If it sticks to any other part, we're going to seal our card shut. So I'm going to sort of see where I had those. That seems about right. And this will go centered, left to right, top to bottom. Okay. And lastly, we need our pearls. So now you can add as many pearls as you like. You have a whole pack. I like to add odd numbers. So I think I'm going to add 5. I'm going to do a big, a little. Let's do a little, and a big, and a little. Okay. All right, that's card 1. Isn't it fun? And it's not hard. It's not hard to make this card. I think the hardest part was the coloring, right? That's the part that takes the longest. The fun fold doesn't take very long. The coloring does. Okay. All right, card 1. All right, let's go to the next card that's in our kit. And see what that is. All right. The next card, okay. The next card is the Hidden Panel Fun Fold. That's this one that is Pretty Peacock. Okay. So, that is all of this. Nope, that's the extra DSP. That's all of this DSP right here. These little fishies that we cut. Okay. All right. And let's look at the details of this one. Okay, so this one is called a hidden panel fun fold. So we start with a pretty peacock card paste that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's a quarter sheet of pretty peacock. Okay, so that is right here. Okay, then we need to have a front panel that measures 4 1/4 by 11, and it is scored on the 11-inch side at 2, 3 3/4, 7 1/4, and 9. Okay, that's this piece here. All right. Then we need Calypso coral panels. We need 2 of them that measure 1 7/8 by 4 1/8, and 2 of them that measure 1 5/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, and then we cut our DSP to fit on top of them. So let's look at everything you have in here. You're going to have 2 Lost Lagoon, whatever these are, seaweeds, and you'll have 2 pretty peacock seaweeds, and I think this one has 2 rocks. You'll have 2 rocks, a larger one and a smaller one. So check your bag if you can't find your smaller one. Okay, all your pieces are in there. Okay, you'll have your pretty peacock base that we talked about. You're going to have this panel that's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 2, 3 3/4, 7 1/4, and 9. Okay, so let's burnish these. We're going to fold these center folds in, and these outer folds go out. Okay. So this is what it does. Okay, this is what we look like here. Okay, and yes, it does overhang like that. Okay, you're going to have a panel here of Calypso coral that will go here. You will have a panel of Calypso coral and a panel of white that will go here on the center. Okay, and then you're going to have 4 pieces. 2 of these are smaller and 2 of these are larger. Your 2 1-inch pieces are going to go on the back, so set those aside. And then you have your DSP that we cut that fit onto these. Okay, so let's line these up. We'll glue these in a minute. Let's do a little bit of stamping. Okay, you're also going to have another pretty peacock everyday arches, and I have heat embossed mine ahead of time to save some time because we already have a lot of time with explaining and coloring in this class. Okay, so I stamped your Otterly Amazing with my Versamark, and I heat embossed with white embossing powder. Okay, that's how I did that. Now, on my card, my original, this is what we're making. Okay, you'll see that this is glimmery. There's a few ways you can get the glimmer. One way is you could use your Wink of Stella and Stella the whole panel. Okay. Another way is you can, if you can fill your spritzer with Wink of Stella and figure out the proper ratio of Wink of Stella to alcohol that allows this to spray, you can spray it with this. Okay, mine clogs up no matter what I do. So what I found is shimmer mist. A lot of companies make it. It's just a fine white shimmer, and you shake it up. You shake it up and you spray it on your piece. Okay, and it comes out wet like that, and it needs a little bit of time to dry, and when it dries it's all glittery and sparkly. Okay, so that's what I did to make it very glittery. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. I'm gonna Stella a couple of things. I'm gonna Stella these seaweeds, make them sparkly here. With our Stella. And I'm going to do the pretty peacock ones also. Okay. Okay. And then we need one of these cuties. Okay. All right, let's take our white piece and stamp our inside. So I didn't stamp a sentiment on this one. What I did is I took my Pool Party ink and my blending brush, and I ink blended from the bottom right corner up a little. Okay. And I'm sort of fading that ink blending into nothing. And then I stamped the cute little fishies in Pool Party. Okay. All right. Now all we have to do is assemble, guys. We did all of that prep, so all we have to do is assemble. Okay, let's start with this since this is what we're on. I'm going to put this white panel, our white inside panel, onto our Calypso Coral. I always mix up saying Calypso Coral, so if I call it Coastal Cabana, I mean Calypso Coral. Okay, I mix up those two all the time in their name. Okay. And then that will go right in the center. Right here. Okay. All right, just like that. Okay. Let's glue this down. We're gonna glue our Calypso Coral. This is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 onto our quarter sheet of Pretty Peacock. And here's what we're going to do with these two pieces. One of them is going to be glued here, and one of them will be glued here. We want 1/8 of an inch margin, and we're not going to worry about the inside. Okay, we're just going to worry about the outside. So make sure your fishies are right side up. Okay. And this will get glued here, right in between the two. Okay, so we're only putting glue here. All right, so let's glue all these down first. Liquid glue is definitely your friend here because you have a little bit of wiggle time. If you don't have liquid glue and you use, you know, I suppose if you use tape runner, if you can peel it up a little bit, you'd be okay. I'm not that good at tape runner, and I need liquid glue. I need the wiggle room. There we go. Okay, now we have these 4 panels. The larger 2 go on the outside. The larger 2 go on the outside, so we can add those. Again, make sure your fish are facing up. So the larger 2 on the outside here. You know, it wouldn't be the end of the world if your fish face down because they're like swimming in a school of fish. They probably just look like they're swimming the opposite direction. So I think you'd be okay. All right, and then these go on the inside. I don't know that they have a pattern. Okay. All right. So there's that. Isn't that cute? I love the fish. Love, love, love the fish. Okay, now only this back gets glue. Just the back. Okay. And that gets centered onto this panel. Okay, there we go. So you can see that we can't tell that this fish pattern on the back doesn't go all the way across the back, right? We can't tell because we covered it up. Isn't that fun? Okay, now we need to add all of our little animals here. So I will use dimensionals. I think I'll just use 4 this time. And then we're going to do a little bit of tucking with all of these. We got some greenery and some rocks. Okay, so I'm going to tuck this little gray rock, this darker gray rock right here. Tuck that under. Okay, and I'm going to use this rock and I'm going to pop it up. I need a mini dimensional. But first I'm going to tuck in a couple of other things. So this will get popped up. Let's tuck in, let's do that one there. And then this one can go on this side, I think. I think I'm going to trim this, it's a little long. I want this to be a little shorter, so don't be afraid to trim your pieces. No one will know. Okay. And where are my little green ones? Here's one. I think I'll do the longer one over here. Where's my little short green one? Did I knock it on the floor? Where did it go? I colored it with Stella and now it's gone. Did Milo pick it up with his paw? Okay, I can't find my other little green. I'll show you what it looks like when it's tucked in there. Here it is, tucked right here, but I can't find it. I'll have to cut myself another one. All right, well that will go there. I'll just leave the space empty for now, and I'll fill it in when I find it, I guess. It will go right here, right here in this little space. Okay. All right, and then this only goes on the left. So I'm only going to put dimensionals here on the left. I think I'll do 3. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. and we're going to close it, and then we will center this left to right, top to bottom, push it into those dimensionals, and there we go. Isn't that cute? Cute, cute. Now we need to add a little bow at the top. I think I'm gonna add a double bow. So I'm gonna use my bow maker and do a double bow here. And I'm gonna knot it twice because it's very slippery, and I think the double knots will help hold it. It's a really slippery cording. Use a glue dot here, and that will go right here. Trim those a little. Okay. All right, and our pearls. Let's see where I put them on this one. All right, I'll do a large green and a light and a big one down here. We'll do a big one of these up here and a little blue one. I'll do it over here. Okay, all right, there's card 2. Isn't that cute? Isn't that fun? And again, not hard to do. Here's the original. Okay, isn't that shimmer pretty? All right, that was card 2. All right, we'll go to card 3. Card 3 is Lost Lagoon. This one I'm calling an interlocking fun fold. Okay. Again, it's not hard to do. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Sarah, I think is it Wednesday for you? Okay, here's our interlocking fun fold. I'm gonna pull in the details. Okay, so the interlocking fun fold here. It's a Lost Lagoon card base that measures 10 3/4 by 5 1/2. So that's this piece here. It measures 10 3/4 by 5 1/2. And along the 10 3/4 side, it is scored at 1 5/8 and 3 1/4. And then you flip your cardstock, and on the other side, you'll score it at the same score, the 1 5/8 and the 3 1/4. We're gonna have mats that are pool party, and then our DSP panels that we already cut. Okay. So thanks, Cheryl. All right, so let's pull in what we have. We're gonna have 2 little Lost Lagoon seaweeds, and I'm just gonna immediately color them with my Stella. Get them going. Okay, we'll have a white piece for the sentiment. We'll have a rock, and I wonder if we have 2 rocks. We might only have 1 rock, I can't remember. We have 2 rocks, I think. Okay, there it is. We'll have a white piece for the inside. We're gonna cut that down a little, and then our panel and our pool party mats. Okay, so this white panel, it currently is a 1/4 sheet. We need to cut it to be 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, this will be our inside panel. Here's our Lost Lagoon card base, and we're gonna fold in on our inner score lines and out on our outer score lines. Okay, so we have this. This is what it looks like. Looks kind of funky, but I promise it makes sense in a minute. Okay, now we have our 2 panels, and we have our DSP that we already cut. Okay, so one of them goes on this panel. Okay, and the smaller one goes on that panel. So I'm going to go put these down. The larger one is the seaweed. Okay, that is this one. And then the smaller one are these waves. Okay. All right. We'll stamp on our inside. Let's see what I did on the sample. Ooh, I stamped Love You Lots and the little fishies. So I did the little fishies in Pool Party and Love You Lots in Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to stamp right in the center, Love You Lots with Lost Lagoon. Oh, Sarah, Milo's coming. Sorry, Sarah. He's sleeping. I know, we're probably 10 minutes away from Milo. Can you make 10 minutes? It is late for you. It's 9:30 here. So right now I do class on, we need Lost Lagoon out. And we're going to stamp on our little white piece. We're going to stamp We're Cute Together. Isn't that cute? We're cute together. I lost my train of thought. Something about Milo. I'm going to stamp that on this piece. I was going to tell you something about Milo and I completely lost it. I'm going to trim the edge of this. Not all the way. We're going to tuck this behind the otter, but I want to leave a little bit of space to tuck it. Now, what I'm going to do on the end here is I am going to banner this. So I'm going to cut directly up the center. And then I'm going to cut from the end to that little mark and see if I can banner it. Oh, I didn't do very good. Oh, that's too bannered. Let me cut more this way. There we go. That looks pretty good. There are punches that do this for you. I do have them. I'm not pulling it out. I'm being lazy. Okay. All right. Now this card is really easy. We're going to glue. This is our white inside. Okay. If you wanted to cut DSP for these, you definitely could. We need this one and the mama. And I'm imagining these are like a mama and a daddy and a baby. I don't know if they really are, but that's what I'm imagining them to be. Okay, so this panel is going to go right here, and we only want it to be attached underneath this part here. So I'm going to put some dimensionals right there where I had my fingers. Okay, I think I'll do 3. And then when I line up this panel, I'm going to line it up about 1/4 inch from the top and 1/4 inch from the left. Okay, so this one is attached only on this side. Now when I do this one, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm only going to attach it here. So I'm going to put a dimensional here, here, and maybe one like here. So you need to see how high they go. So like right there. Both of my labs are asleep. I didn't know you had 2. I love labs. Milo is my chocolate lab, for those of you who may be new, and he always makes an appearance at the end of every class. Okay, so now I'm putting this in the same spot, about a 1/4 inch from the bottom and a 1/4 inch from the right. Okay. Now what they do is they tuck into each other. Okay, so this one tucks under this one. Okay, and they pop in there. Okay, they're called interlocking panels. Okay, and the longer your card is flat, the better they fit into each other. Okay, so the longer your card sits flat, the better they fit into each other. Okay, all right, so now we just have to add our little guys in our sentiment. So this little guy is gonna float over here, right about here. And little baby, oops, little baby is like swimming, playing with him. I'm imagining these are like underwater, right? Little baby. And we'll add our rocks. So we'll add a rock down here. And then this little rock can have a baby dimensional. Where did my baby dimensionals go? They're somewhere. Here they are. And our little seaweeds. That was a lot of glue. Don't do so much glue. I wonder if I can just pick up the glue from this. Too much glue. Okay. And then this one will get popped up with dimensionals. She needs a baby dimensional too. These little dimensional sheets last forever. They don't get used up as quick as the big dimensionals. Okay. That will go here. And our little sentiment is going to get tucked there. I'm going to trim a little bit more off. Perfect. Now I only want dimensionals on this portion. Okay, cute. Okay, and we need a bow. Let's do a smaller bow. I think I'll do a double bow. I'm just going to tie this once because that double knot made it kind of bulky. And glue dots. Now, if you're going to put the bow here, be careful because it can get in the way. Okay, and I'm going to do 5 pearls. I think I'll do 1. I'm going to hold that shut. It needs to stay shut. 3. Oh, my little take your pick glue came off. Okay, and then I'll do, I think, 2 down here. Okay. Oh, thank you, Norma. Isn't that cute? Interlocking fun fold. Now, if you wanted to add DSP here and spruce it up a little, you could. All right, but you have the basics, and I think it's really cute. Now, I would put this under something heavy so it stays flat. Once it stays flat for a while, it stays closed a lot better. See that? So, okay. So that's card 3. And here, last card, guys. It's the easiest one. All right. This one is called Faux Step Fun Fold. It's our balmy blue card base. Here is the information for that one. Okay, Faux Step Fun Fold. So it's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored on the 8.5 side at 3, 6, and 7.25. Thanks, Norma. Okay, so here's our balmy blue piece with those scored at 3, 6, and 7.25. Okay, so this one's a landscape card. It's gonna go like this. Okay, we also have a garden green tent. Okay, that's 8.25. I think this one's 3 or 3.25, and that's gonna go here. Okay, we have a pecan pie mat for the front. This is our inside, which will be in here. This is white and garden green from Unbounded Love, right? Unbounded Love, I think. Sorry, I'm gonna stand up. My chair is so squeaky. And then the DSP we already cut. Okay, so the DSP on this one it's not necessarily our focal image because we colored otter, but it's fun. So the DSP that we cut here into the rectangle goes on the pecan pie. And the pecan pie goes on the front of our little tent card. Okay. All right. We cut 2 of these pieces. If we look at our card base this way, okay, so this is how I have the card base. This piece is going to go here, and this piece will go on the front. Okay, so I'll glue both those down. And that will go here. Okay. All right. We can glue, let's glue that down last. Let's work on our inside. So on the inside here, I took my blue blending brush with, oh, look, I found my little thingy. Let me get my blue blending brush. And balmy blue. I'll clean my brush. I don't know what I used last on here. Okay, and then balmy blue. And we're going to ink bend some balmy blue onto the bottom here. Ooh, that balmy blue is juicy. So balmy blue down here. And I think we stamp in balmy blue too. Let's see. Yes, so we're gonna take our fishies that we've been stamping in Pool Party this whole time, and they're gonna come off this way in balmy blue. And we're gonna stamp a little otter in pecan pie. We're gonna do the little otter that's laying flat. in pecan pie. And he or she is going to be kind of swimming off to the side here. And then in garden green, we'll stamp some seaweed. Okay. All right, that's our inside. Okay, so we'll glue that down. Let's stamp, we have to stamp our sentiment on the front. So I did Love You Lots in garden green. Right in the center. And then in second generation Balmy Blue, we'll stamp the fish. And second generation means you stamp and then stamp off. So let me get a scrap. So here I have Balmy Blue, and we'll stamp the fish off, and then I'm going to stamp them swimming through the sentiment. Okay. Okay. This gets glued directly in the center of this little piece. Love You Lots. This little green piece goes around it, so what I like to do is run my glue right along the edge here where it's going to sit, and I'm just doing as little glue as I possibly can. Okay, and then I'm going to push this into that glue. Okay. And our last little otter gets dimensionals. Needs a mini here. I keep misplacing my mini dimensionals. Here they are. I keep misplacing them. Okay. Love You Lots. And we'll do a little bow. I think I'll do a single bow this time. Oh, come on. There we go. This cording is super soft. And not tear and tape, glue dots. Love You Lots. Okay. Now we'll glue this on the inside. So the inside is going to be this bottom piece here. Milo's starting to stir. I don't know how he knows that it's the end, but he knows. Okay, so this piece is kind of important. We only want glue on the back here. So this is the back of our card, right? This is the front. This is the front here. We only want glue on this back piece, so only here and below. So on the back here. Oh, I did that backwards. I put my glue on the wrong side. Don't do what I do. Your glue goes on the inside. Put the glue on the inside, okay? All right, and it gets lined up here, centered. left to right. Right at the bottom there. Okay. All right. So it's glued back here. We just need to glue it to the front. So all we're going to do is put a little line of glue right there, and we're just going to close the card. Closing the card, we'll line it up where it needs to go. We will add our pearls. 1, 2, 3, and I think I did 2 on the side. 4. Oh no, those are the same. 5. Okay. Isn't that cute? And it stands like this. Now mine, yes, I have glue. What I'll do is I'll cut another piece of garden green to put over here so you can't tell that I accidentally put glue there. All right. Isn't that fun? So this is how you can make a step card without having all the scoring and the cutting that you have to do within the card. Okay. All right. So you let me know which one you like best. This is 4. Let's see. This is 3. Oops, sorry. Our interlocking fun fold is 3. That's 3. 2 was this one. What did I call this one? Hidden panel fun fold. And this is the one I need this little piece on. I'm going to glue it. Right there. Okay, this was card 3. And then card 1 is this one, which is called Double Diagonal Fun Fold. Okay, so let me know which one your favorite is. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I don't know which one my favorite is. I like this one, but it's a lot of card. You know, it's really heavy. I like this one because it's fun. You don't expect it. I really like the colors on this one. And then this one I really like because the otters are underwater. So I like them all. All right, I'm going to flip the camera here and I'll get Milo. Are you ready for Milo? Milo bear. Hi, how's your nap? Do you want a snack, puppy? Do you want a snack? Hi, how was your nap? Oh, there's Milo. Hi, Bubby. Hi, Milo bear. How was your nap? How was your nap? Was it good? Are you ready for snacks? So today Milo is eating peanut butter, whatever these are. Sarah likes all 4. Cheryl says all are cool. Norma says all. Okay, Milo, sit down. Oh, what a good boy. Can Mama have a kiss? No kiss. Good boy. Have you seen how cute these are? They're like little gingerbread mans. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. Oh, good boy, Milo. Okay, so you guys, my chair's in the way, but you can see I've been organizing. You see all that back there? I am getting ready to do a tour. I know everyone wants to see a tour, and I lost count of how many snacks I've given him. Probably enough, right? One more. What a good boy you are. Yeah, so this is Milo. This is the brown dog of Brown Dog Craft Company. Aren't you the brown helper? You're my brown puppy. Yes, you're a good helper, aren't you? You a good helper? Everyone wants to see you. Oh, yeah, making a mess. Making a mess with your tail. Yeah, you're making a mess with your tail. Oh, good boy. All right, he's sitting right here. Okay. So yes, I've been organizing over here. This whole wall is being organized, and it's not quite done. That top shelf, all of that cardstock up there needs that storage, but I don't have any. I thought 4 of those 8.5 by 11 cubes for paper storage was going to be enough, but it's not. I need double. And as you can see, even if I had double, that would be full. So maybe I need triple. I'm not sure. And I have marker storage over here, and I have other markers over there, and other markers over there. And then I have hot foiling. I do hot foiling, so I have hot foiling up there. There's a big die cut machine. My hot foil machine is over there. I've got a couple laminator foiling machines over there. This whole wall, you can't see right next to me, but these are ink storage and different types of ink, and then punch storage and square ink storage, and that over there is, I don't really know what it holds. I have mini ink cubes there. Yeah. And then next to me I have bins I've been organizing. I have ribbon racks next to me, and all my re-inkers next to me on the other side. And then I'd like to show you, which I will on the tour, I'll show you where I keep all my current stamp sets. They're actually right in front of me. And I try to keep them alphabetized. I can't keep them alphabetized, so I've settled on, I at least put like the T's with the T's. So like right now I have like Tune In and Terrific Toadstools and Textured Floral. Those are all together. They're not alphabetized perfectly, but all the T's are together, right? So that was my goal. So I will show you a craft room tour. I'm almost done. I just have to clean. I think even though I'm not done with the cardstock storage, I'll show you anyway, because I think you probably want to see. And I'll just show you what it's like so far. And I'll show you all the stuff I do. So I'll show you how I film and what I use to film and how all of that works, and lighting and what I use for lighting. And I can show you like what I use to cut paper. The paper cutter, you can see it. Everything is backwards in this, so it's hard for me to figure out which way to point. That's the paper cutter. You can see the big handle sticking up here. So that's the big paper cutter there. So that's how I cut all of your cardstock that goes in your kits. And then I have a shipping space set up in that room out there where that chair is. There's a big table set up for where I put together all of your shipments and print all of your labels and put all of your packages together. And I usually sit on the floor for a little bit of it, and Milo sits with me. So if you ever find dog hair in your things, it's because Milo helped put them together. So I hope you don't mind. Obviously he's a big dog and he has a lot of hair, a lot of fur. So we're used to it, but it just kind of gets everywhere. So I try not to let it get everywhere. But sometimes it sneaks in, and then, you know, I have a lot of hair, and it's just, I have lots of girls in this house, so there's just lots of hair everywhere. But okay, and then I've got all sorts of storage next to me and underneath me that you guys can't see, but I reach for it when I'm live and all of that. So Milo was laying on me. I can't even stand straight the way he's laying on me. He's so cute. Hi, Bubby. Oh, you want tummy pets? You want tummy pets? I know. Dog hair is welcome anytime. Yeah, it's just, I can only do so much, right? So, okay, well, that's what I have for you guys for today. I am almost, I'm this close to being done with designing the two classes for February. Let's see if I have the sheets. I don't know if I printed them. Oh, I did. I have them right here. Oh, I have the things picked out for March too. I'll flip the camera and show you. So, okay, this class in February, the class we're doing tonight, is going to feature Floral Delight. Okay, so you can sign up for that class. It's a really pretty stamp set. Do I have it out? Floral, what is it called? It's not called Floral Delight, is it? It's not with my F stamp sets. Oh, I don't know what that stamp set is. Whatever stamp set's in Floral Delight. I was going to pull it out and show you, but I can't find it. Okay, and then the class to go for February is going to feature storybook moments. And this is a mega suite. It has it has 2 stamp sets, 2 die sets, so it's 2 bundles. It has a really fun DSP. It has ribbon. It's pink ribbon, pink scalloped ribbon. It's gorgeous. And antique pearls. I love this suite. Okay, so I almost have the cards done for this. And same with these. Okay. Now, March, the March subscription class will feature Friends of the Ocean, which I will tell you, when this suite first came out, I didn't really like it. I ended up ordering the DSP, and I liked the DSP, the colors in the DSP. They're so vibrant and gorgeous that I ordered the embellishments that go with it. Then I got the embellishments, and I was like, gosh, I really like these. So then I said, what the heck, I'll order the stamp set, right? Because I have everything else that goes with it. I might as well order the stamp set. So then I got the stamp set, and I really like it. They're 2-step stamps, and they're easy to line up, and they're really pretty. So if you thought you maybe didn't like this stamp set, I just encourage you to take a second look. Now, if you don't want to use this stamp set, but you still want to do the subscription class, you absolutely can. We have had a million underwater stamp sets over the years that you can use, and a couple of them are current. We have Friendly Fins, and is there a shark one, or is that might be the shark one? And then we have the submarine one, and we've had so many fish sets that I think you could use. Okay, and then the March class to go features Terrific Toadstools. And this is a Stampin' Punch bundle. You probably will want to either have this bundle or know what you're going to use in advance. We'll be doing, you're going to want to stamp and then punch your own. And it's because of the unique setup that Stampin' Up! Did with this stamp set and punch. And what it does is the punch stamps inside the stamp. So you get a fully stamped image when you punch out. There isn't a white border around your punch. So you will want to have either this bundle in your own house so you can punch your pieces once you've stamped them, or know what other thing you're going to use. You wouldn't need to use a punch. You could use stamps, of course. And we'll use the DSP that's from Celebration that coordinates with this. Okay. Oh, and this we're already done with. We already did those. Okay, so that's what we have coming up. As soon as I have the cards designed, I'll set dates. Okay, but probably the last couple weeks in February there. One other thing to note for February is, right now I teach class on Tuesdays, but my kids' schedule is changing. So I think I will be teaching class on Wednesdays. So instead of Tuesdays, Wednesdays. I would like to try for 8 p.m. Central instead of 8:30 p.m. Central if I can. So we'll see. But that's the goal. Oh, okay. So just keep an eye out for when things get scheduled. I always keep the most up-to-date version of when things are happening on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and you look at the live section, you'll see when things are scheduled. I also have been doing some more edited videos, so you can take a look at the edited video section, not the live section, but the video section. And I've got some of those. So I'll have another one of those out soon. It's coming. And I think that's it. Okay, but if you have any questions, you can always email me or reach out to me or message me. However, I have a Facebook page also. I don't check the Facebook page as often, the Brown Dog Craft Company Facebook page. I should check it more. I just don't. You sort of run out of things. You run out of time to do things and you got to pick, right? So that usually goes to the wayside. So email is the best way to get a hold of me. So if you have questions or want to sign up for classes or want to know if I have past kits available, please reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you again in an edited video shortly, and I will probably have a video that posts with a showcase showing the cards for February classes as soon as I have them done. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you could like and subscribe and share, that really helps me out. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and we're almost there. So we'll have a party once we get to 1,000. And I've got some giveaways and some other things that we'll do once we get to 1,000. So we're almost there. We can do it. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I have for you. Milo says good night. He went back to bed. So good night, everyone. Thank you. I hope you have a great week and we'll catch you next time. All right. Thanks. Take care. Bye now.